Buenos dias! I made it into Mexico, and today I'm going to show you guys what it was like to cross from the United States into Mexico with my RV. If you're like me, you probably have done a lot of research, and one of the things I'm going to suggest right away is that you join a Facebook group. I'm part of a group called RVing in Mexico. Reason being is the social media sites update information a lot more frequently than some of the blogs and YouTube videos, like mine, for example. I'm going to post the link to Ben Hercito's in the description below, so you will have that current up-to-date information. By no means am I an expert. Based on all of the research I did the last couple of months, I crossed the Nogales Mariposa truck crossing because it was less busy, supposedly, and easier to get through than Nogales Centros. I'm, like I said, not an expert, but I do have some experience now, and if you have any questions, please comment below. I'll do my best to answer them for you, or at least point you in direction to get the help you might need if you're going to be crossing the border. Enjoy! It's early. The sun is just coming up, but I can't sleep. I'm excited. I'm nervous. Today I am hitting the border and I'm gonna go to Mexico. Everyone has mentioned how scary it would be to drive in Mexico, and at this point, yes, it's a little bit overwhelming, but what I've learned very quickly, the key is to just pay attention. You can see that there's not the same rules to the road that I'm used to in Canada or even the United States, but really just being aware of what's going on around you and understanding that the bigger the truck, the bigger the vehicle, I think that for the most part, they have the right of way. Coming to my first toll booth, and what I know is that tolls are based on how many axles your vehicle has. So the great thing is, if your Spanish is not very good, the amount of pesos due does come up on a screen, so there's no misunderstanding and you'll know exactly how much you need to pay. I've been following a lot of directions from the Facebook group RVing in Mexico. I've been following the autos signs. I don't know what vacios means. Lesson learned. Coming into another country, I think it would be important to learn some of the translations for road signs. Coming to the INM and or like the customs area, if you're driving through Mexico, it's very similar to if you were flying. They've got a red light, green light system to determine whether or not you need to be searched. I was freaking out a little bit. You can see that there is a barricade straight ahead of me, but when the light went green and the arm went up, the agent quickly moved the barricades and I was able to drive straight through. Now, even though I had a green light, he did point me over to the side and asked to see both the registration for the truck and the registration for the trailer. I got out and he wanted to see inside the passenger of the trailer and also just poked his head inside the actual trailer. I didn't pop my slide. He didn't ask any questions. A little weird, didn't even ask to see my passport. Kind of got the thumbs up and the A-OK, and I was on my way. I really feel like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but another thank you to the people that are part of the Facebook group RV in Mexico. They were the ones who said to make sure you do follow the truck lanes as much as possible, because the car lanes aren't always tall enough for a motorhome or a trailer. Second toll booth was actually closed. There was no arm down and nobody working it, so just slowly went through it and followed the signs. And another basic driving tip for Mexico in general, and specifically for crossing the border, just take your time, pay attention, and should have gone to the left lane. Like the Facebook group said, trucks need to go the left lane, but I was not paying attention and ended up going over to the right when I actually came into the border, to cross the border. The guards came outside and pointed to the other crossing, and thankfully this crossing at Nogales, Mariposa was not very busy at all, because I had to back the trailer up, back it up, and actually pull all the way over to the left-hand side to cross into the proper truck crossing, which is again also the best lane to follow if you're traveling in an RV, a motorhome, or something larger than a car. Okay, well that's it. I am in Mexico. Really important though, if you are crossing in a vehicle, you need to stop at Banjercito. And if you're doing the Nogales crossing, it is Banjercito. It's also called kilometer 21. It's really easy to miss it, so keep an eye out. This is where you need to get your tourist card and your temporary import permit for your vehicle. I researched the shit out of crossing the border online, so hopefully the information I provide you will be of some use. There was a lot of issues with people coming down in 1-ton trucks and having an issue getting the temporary import permit. Now remember, I have a truck and a travel trailer, so I needed to get 2 permits. If you are coming down in a Class A or just one vehicle, you only need 1. I did the pre-approval for my FMM online. That way I got my TIP for the truck, and when I got to Banjercito, I stood in line to get my actual tourist card, and very lucky there wasn't a lot of people here. I was told to show up with several colored copies and black and white copies of both my driver's license, passport, and registration for the truck and trailer. They did ask for a couple of copies. There is photocopying available here at Banjercito, but as you can see, if there is a lot of people here, you might be waiting in line for a long time, so just come with a couple of copies. Had to go stand in a second line to get the TIP for the trailer, but it was pretty quick and easy. Well, I did it. It was a little confusing and more, well, not maybe complicated, just confusing. About an hour and 50 minutes at kilometer 21. A couple of other RVs here. I got my paperwork and I'm off to enjoy the sunshine.